Hey y'all, it's Amanda, and today I'm at my mother-in-law's house, and she had a beautiful spring garden, but it has basically bloomed itself out. So it is that time of the year to get in here and start doing a cleanup, and then we're going to do a refresh with some brand new plants. Now, last summer I came in and redid my mother-in-law's garden. We added some new shrubs, some perennials, some annuals, a beautiful Ruby Falls weeping redbud, and then this last fall I came in and added a bunch of new springtime bulbs for her. Specifically, the area I'm in were beautiful daffodils, and then we had tons of Dutch iris, which were really spectacular and beautiful considering it was their first year. But it's that time of the year where they have bloomed out, they are done. These leaves have been up for almost 3 months. They're turning brown and yellow and starting to fall over, so now is the time to trim them up. So I'm starting by just cutting them all the way to the ground. Since these are newer bulbs and they've only been in one season, I'm being very gentle. I don't want to tug too hard on them and pull the whole bulb up. So I'm just going through and cutting them to the ground. Now, I did a lot of block planting, so I planted a block of daffodils, and then I planted a block of Dutch iris, and then I planted more daffodils so that there would be multiple rounds of color throughout her spring season. Now, this is a juniper that I planted here last fall, and it almost feels like it's rotting. We have had an unusual amount of rainfall this year. So basically, I'm going through it and I'm pulling out all the dead that's in the center, and just trying to kind of air it out a little bit. I'll have to keep an eye on it. I was really hoping to keep these in because these are pretty low maintenance. They will spread out some. They have a beautiful blue-green color that I thought is lovely, but if they don't end up working out, we'll pull them out and replace them with something else. They've only been in one season. But yeah, just basically going in and cleaning that up. So if you are someone who grows that variety of plant in your garden, let me know what I'm perhaps am doing wrong. It does get lots of sun throughout the day, starting at around noon till the end of the day. Now this Ruby Falls Weeping Red bed is the centerpiece of her garden, that wow moment, and there is some growth from the base of it that I am cutting away. And after I get this one right here, you can see the structure of the tree come about, and there you go, right there. So pretty. So just a few snips. It's looking really good and sturdy. I am going to go ahead and remove the stake, just because the little green ties are starting to grow into the bark of the tree, and I don't want to damage it. So we'll go ahead and get that removed. Now, I know it seems sad to be pulling out these pansies, but y'all, we're hitting 90-degree weather the next week and these pansies will fry. The front of my mother-in-law's house is west facing, so she gets a ton of sun and heat in the summer. I am leaving a few tiny little seedlings. They'll be tough to see because they're right around the edge of, or the pot, the edge of the pot, and those are vincas, and they reseeded themselves. And the ones that I had in here were last year were cascading vincas, so hoping that those come back. Now, moving on, the owners prior to my mother-in-law used this garden as an herb garden, and yes, they planted the dreaded mint. And here we are pulling up mint forever and always. Mint will live through the apocalypse. So basically, I'm going to go and start pulling it through. I'm using a fork to pull it up, and I'll show you guys as we're going through the roots that are attached to these mints. It is just ridiculous. Don't plant mint in the ground, y'all. You never know. For people for decades will be dealing with that mint. And while it smells amazing, it's super annoying that it's all over her garden. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a rose of Sharon. It was not something that I planted. However, when my mother-in-law moved into this house a few years ago, we had a crew come through and remove everything from the garden and then cover it all up. My guess is that they did not get all the way down into the roots, and so we have a random rose of Sharon coming up in the middle. I went ahead and pulled it. For now, I don't want that growing in there. And then I'm also pulling up some tubers from some tricolor sweet potato vines last year that I planted. My mother-in-law says she likes them, but I get the feeling that she did not actually like them all that much, so we're not going to let them grow back. I'm going to pull them up. I think they were a little too wild for her tastes, and so we'll go with a little bit more structure in the garden. Now we're going to remove the rest of these pansies. Everything did beautiful throughout late fall, winter, spring, all the way through spring, truthfully. We're so close to summer at this point. But I'm going to go ahead and get them moved, and we're going to be getting some summer annuals in here. That'll be in the next follow-up video. Okay, my plan is to put some hardy hibiscus in that pot. I think will be gorgeous. I'm also trimming up a rock rose, Texas rock rose from behind. It is beautiful when it fills in that space. And then one of my big things this year is just making sure that I clean up after myself. So I am hauling over the bin and going through and raking. And I've kind of been utilizing this time to go a little slower. Although this video is on fast forward right here, I actually take my time doing this part. It allows me moments to rest, to breathe, to observe within the garden, and to be grateful for what I have just accomplished. So I'm trying to think of my cleaning process a little differently than I have in the past. Less of something I have to do and more of an opportunity to reflect and rest a little bit. So just going through and giving this a quick cleanup. Okay, and as I was putting the trash bin away, I saw one of these kind of weeder things. It's like a giant hook on my mother-in-law's in her garage, and I was like, oh, I've always wanted to try those. So I went ahead and pulled it out real quick just to run it over the top of this little area around the tree. Now, Around this tree is filled with lots and lots of ants. I haven't planted anything in the past, so we are going to go ahead and treat it. And I think that I'm going to fill in this space with a combination of things like lantana, I think would be beautiful here. Maybe some more Texas rock rose, maybe some purslane, things that are really heat tolerant and don't need a lot of water. But I think I would like to do that around this space so that we can kind of deal with the weeds a little bit easier. And then also that this will look really pretty because this is a nice big gardening space, which is pretty cool. But using this tool was pretty simple, pretty easy. And this is not an area that's really been touched all that much in a lot of years. And it was very easy to break through the surface. And basically it cuts all the weeds at their base. So super simple. It was hard. You can tell from right here I was exhausted. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, seeing me get this garden prepped. The next video I will be planting in new plants, which I'm really excited about, a combination of perennials and summer annuals, which will be lovely. All right, you all, I hope y'all have enjoyed today and that you're enjoying gardening. As always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.